Alrighty, well, everything is waiting for parts to move forward on anything relevant at the moment. So let's go pull another project out of the backyard that we acquired this winter, and I just want to go through it and clean it up a bit. So let's go do that.
Ready?
Oh yeah. So close. Keep rocking it. Here, I'll push a little bit. Alright, we can go grab the 4Runner.
Okay, I'll just bail.
Cranky. Oh, parking brake's on. That does a lot for it. Come on home there, Datsun. Got the old Datsun pulled up here, and time to just go through this thing, see what's left in it, clean it out, see all the junk I acquired, throw it all out. But there's still a mess load of parts inside, so time to go through it all, get all the mouse turds out of this thing, the glove box, and just overall demouse it. And like I said, figure out what all we have for it. So very, very happy to see this truck back here. It's cool. It is probably one of the cleanest Datsuns in the Northwoods. Thing is just beautiful. This stuff here needs to be fixed up, but that's because it's been sitting. It had all of these marks on it back when I owned it, but they really didn't get much worse. A lot of this paint's just peeling off, but somebody painted all that on there at one point. I want to try and take all the black off, at least the bottom edge and the front fenders and this weird decal. This was all painted on it before I bought the truck, and I'd like to try and go through and remove it and try and save it down to the original paint if possible. But see what happens with that. It needs a lot of work, but we're gonna get it cleaned out and just see what all happens with it. Well, the bed cleaned up really nice. Still, same nice condition I remember it being in. Found a starter and a coil, a bunch of other odds and ends. Front bumper and like fascia piece to the front. Front fascia piece is really all dinged up and flattened out, but shit happens. We'll figure that out when we need to. Bed's all cleaned out. There was a lot of junk in there, a lot of leaves in there. So time to dig out the inside and see what we find in here. All the goodies. It's nice to see that the grill's still here. This is a big one. I still even have the Nissan badge that used to be clipped into this. I've had it sitting around for years, so it's kind of neat to still have. Air cleaner, probably won't need that again, but oh man, there we go. Probably not going to need that again. We got other plans, but we got it. heater core. These blinkers, it's actually funny. I had these in, oh, there goes the lens. I've had these sitting in my garage since I sold it, and kind of had a suspicion that they went to this, and yes, they do. They go in the front bumper. The other one's in here somewhere. Let's see here. Oh, HVAC unit with coolant still leaking out of it like they always do. Dripping all over my tire. Ah! Whatever that is. Don't even know anymore. I tore this thing apart so long ago. And that's the funny part. I'm the one that tore it down to this state. The guy we got it back from actually put the dash back in it. Otherwise, I had the dash out of it. Good old roadkill sticker. Headlight assemblies. It's very nice to still have both of these. That saves a lot of money. Let's see, another piece to the ooh, hornet's nest in there. Another chunk to the HVAC unit. Looks like the blower motor to the HVAC unit. All needs a good cleaning. Come along that may or may not have been mine. Really not sure, but got a come along. Throw that down there. And yeah, I'm going to keep moving along, pulling stuff out here, but that's the gist of the main parts for it. I think there's a wiring harness back here too. Yeah, there's the whole chassis harness. At least I still have that. Ow! Hit my head on the door. But yeah, keep pulling stuff out, get this all cleaned up and vacuumed out, and see where we go from here. Well, we tore the whole interior out of it. Well, seats. That's really all that was in it. Brandon found a live one over here. Oh, yes. Sure that's not just a caterpillar?
It might be. I don't know. It looks like a fat maggot.
That does not look like a maggot now that I'm leaning over here. Looks more like a caterpillar. Either way, we transported a caterpillar from Michigan, so that he might need to die. He's an invasive species, technically, at the moment. But, whole bunch of odds and ends back here. Got all this stuff pulled out. Go through it, sort it out. Definitely keeping the wiring harness and the interior bits. Also.
You want some 8-year-old gum, Zach?
Oh, that sounds yummy. Also, check out this center console. This, I don't know, the 2 gauges in the center console are just fucking sick. So, we're going to keep going through. We got the vacuum strung over here, so time to vacuum out all these fucking mouse turds and everything. It's gonna be messy. Well, Brandon got it all vacuumed out. Looks a little bit better. There's at least no mouse turds on top. Definitely, most likely a few still hiding underneath, but we'll worry about that at a later date, so heck yeah. I think we might get this thing pulled around to the front yard now, and yeah, maybe I should wait on power washing it. It's gonna sit outside still. It's gonna get all full of pollen anyway. Maybe we'll wait a couple days on power washing it, and
It is also going to rain on
tomorrow. Yeah, we'll wait a couple days, because then we can wash it and get it put away right away. And I got a few things to do before we can put it away. So
yeah, we still got to make room up in the garage up there.
yeah, still gotta sort the whole storage area. So this is gonna get shoved in the back corner of it with the white car until we get to them. So yeehaw! It's at least nice to see this thing out and cleaned. See all the parts that we still have with it and whatnot. A lot of stuff to go through. A lot of stuff that we may or may not be still using or not, but see what happens. Time to organize it out finally.
3 days later.
Okay, it is time to dive into the old 4Runner. Got a water pump that needs to be replaced on it, and then I think the 4Runner is actually going to be going bye-bye. I've currently got a buyer lined up for it that's interested in it, so time to get the water pump thrown in it, and we're going to sadly be saying goodbye to the old 4Runner. I love this thing to death. It's one of my favorite vehicles that I've thrown together for a daily driver that wasn't supposed to be a project, but as I've mentioned before in some other clips of it over the last little while, I'm too tall for it. I run into issues with my legs. My legs hurt after driving it steady, and I go back to my other vehicles that I have more leg room in, and my leg issues subside and feel a lot better. So as much as it kills me, we are going to be selling the 4Runner because, well, Zach was too tall for it, but that's not the first time I've been too tall for a vehicle. Minor details, I am so glad I've gotten to experience this thing and go through my little Toyota phase with it. So it's taught me a lot, and I hope it's gonna be good to the next guy that gets it. So gonna jump into it here tonight, start getting coolant drained and get this thing all blown apart so that we can start throwing the new water pump and belt on it. So let's get right to it. Well, it truly feels like every time I do a good job of filming, I find out I wasn't filming. So, had my phone up there and got me taking the radiator out, and after that it's all just hogwash. So, look at that. We are all the way down to the timing belt, ready to get it lined up and get it taken off. That way we can get the water pump off. So, yeah. Got myself a nice pile of parts around me, but yeah, very upset. I had my phone set up right there nicely, and it was filming all of this, and it was a nice view of what I was doing, and well, piss on that. That's out the water and gone. So let's try and do better from here on out. Alrighty, well, I hope that little bit made up for the whole section I lost, but old water pump and belt are off, got the surface all cleaned up. Think I'm going to take myself a little break. Going to jump in the old street tractor, and we're going to head over to the parts store and pick ourselves up from some coolant. So, because this is going a lot better than I expected it to tonight, so I expected just to putz with it, but you know, we're already this far into it, so take myself a little breather, go get some coolant, and of course a street tractor ride is always necessary, so let's get to it. Coolant acquired. Let's hit the road, Diesel. Well, we are back. We got our coolant, got the timing belt kit out. Time to get this thing put back together. Weather's looking a bit iffy on me, but we're going to keep trudging through it until it starts raining, so see how far we get, see what we get done. well, we have since lost our daylight, but the 4Runner is all back together. Got a gallon of coolant in it right now. About to fire up for the first time since putting her back together, so let's fucking see what happens. Oh yeah, I'd say that's a good timing belt job. Fuck you guys saying I wouldn't start her on limiter. That's a 3-4, bitch. Oh yeah, she's ready to go. We'll bleed the coolant out of her and she'll be ready as a daily again, I'd say. Well, I've been getting the coolant all bled out of her. Might have had a slight overheat, but you know what? We can touch the radiator again, so fire her back up and see if we got any heat back to her. She was being stubborn on getting heat through to the inside, so see what happens this to go around. What a majestic startup. Oh, were you guys expecting limiter that time?
100%. I reached in for it.
Oh, my bad. I gotta be mature about some of the startups. I mean, come on. You can't just beat the shit out of her all the time.
Toyota.
Uh-oh. Well, it tends to happen. She's got freedom in her. Carbonization. We'll make sure she gets in there. Yes. Any heat now? She still don't want to have heat. Missed the door handle. Oh, we got heat now. Oh, we got the heat coming through now. She bled the air bubble out.
It didn't suck any down.
Well, she bled the air bubble through though. She got heat. She's going down a little bit. Fucking 3-4s. They are just great little units, I tell ya. Blurp. There's some blurpage. We need more of that. Yeah. We'll just let her suck that down, and my golly, I'll have the little 4Runner back for a little while at least. Good stuff. Glad to see her done.